Men going their own way have won.
Last year's May 20th Internet Valentine's Day was particularly different. It's not just the flowers scattered all over the ground that are broken, but also the hearts of single and gold-digging women in China.
Men going their own way have won. So we already know that come 2030, 45% of all women between the ages of 25 and 44 will be single and childless in the United States. This is having a huge implication on society, and this is happening across all westernized societies. Stay to the end of the video to understand why men going their own way have won and the implications this is going to have on Western society over the next 5 to 10 years. And now let's just go ahead and jump right into the video.
The loudest cries online come from them. A lady who claims to represent older single women said, "Do older single women feel like breaking down on May 20th? I am breaking down, really breaking down. From the moment I woke up this morning until now, I haven't received a single greeting. No one sent me a milk tea, let alone a gift or a red envelope. Do you think I should break down or not?" The key thing is that there's something even more heartbreaking. Right now, I just want to give men gifts, send them rent envelopes, and order them milk tea. I want men to feel the warmth and care that we older single women can give. But I can't even find such a person. I want to be a simp right now. Does that make sense? But I don't even have the opportunity to be a simp. Do you think being a simp is bad? It's great. At least it proves you are still young, you can still feel moved, and you still have money. Older single women like me don't even have the chance to be a simp anymore. Do you think I should break down or not?
I mean, guys, think about this very carefully. Women are now in a position where they cannot even buy a man with money. They cannot even buy a man with money. You have women who have tried to go overseas and they thought they were going to flash their cash. And these guys are checking them and letting them know that they don't care about their money. All right. They're not going to walk over there and act like they're wealthy and like, because they come from Western societies, they have money and they can disrespect these men in their countries. It's not going to happen. You look at women in China right now, while there are a bunch of them that are flexing and saying that they want large dowries, $800,000 to marry them or $80,000 just to marry them. It's all delusion. No one's spending that kind of money. These women are going to be childless and single for the rest of their lives. And in places like China, they don't even have Social Security. They don't have they don't have that type of safety net program. The government will give like small amounts of money to people, but it's very small. It's not enough to actually keep people going. There are reports right now that say that China is never going to recover. There's no way of China actually saving their economy. They are way too far behind. They've been manipulating their currency for years, and people are living in extreme poverty all over China, but they're completely hiding it and sweeping under the rug, manipulating what we see on the internet. And it's true. They're there's a notion China fakes everything. And women over in China right now, a lot of these gold diggers, they thought that they were going to get any man that they want. These women are in their late 30s, 40s right now. They cannot find a man. And their only options is to go and get a poor man from the countryside. And obviously they don't want that. So their options are few and far in between. And, women were not designed to work forever. And now they're coming into the realization that, hey, they're going to have to work forever. In the United States, 45% of women between the ages of 25 and 44 will be childless and single come 2030. And when you factor in women who will have children but will also be single, so single moms, now you're looking at anywhere from 70 to 80% of all women being single and trying to use the government to subsidize them and their lives of their children. And it's just not going to happen. I've said this before that the future is really going to be very, very grim. And we're not talking about 20 years from now. We're talking about 5 years from now, because the global economy is collapsing, especially in developed countries like the United States, because of hyperinflation. With the AI revolution upon us, a lot of those jobs that women occupy are going to be completely eliminated, and men are walking away, not getting married, not having children, and knowing that don't mess around. Only 1 out of every 1,000 men are currently getting married in Western society. Those are terrible statistics, okay? And it's only getting worse. So women are losing the ability to extract wealth and resources from men through the criminal court system, through the family court system, through divorce court, because men are walking away and avoiding society entirely. And the government does not have money to subsidize the living of all women in Western society, let alone, it can't even pay the interest on the debts that it owe right now. So the idea of it providing food, shelter, housing, and everything for women is a complete and utter joke. I mean, the government can't even get their house in order. So there's no way they're going to be able to pull this off. I mean, Social Security is running out of money over the next 10 years. It will be completely empty. And then people will be receiving only, whatever Social Security money is collected through Social Security tax from paychecks. And more men are walking away from society. Think about this. Men pay 80% of all taxes in Western society. 80% of all taxes in Western society, while women make 80% of all consumer purchases. What's happening with the manosphere? I told you, and this is the reason why they want to shut the manosphere down. They can't. It's not because of men talking about women and saying radical things. No. It's because men are sharing information. For example, men are learning how money works. Men are learning how to use the tax code to reduce their tax liability, how to get loans, and how to use other people's money to make money. Men are learning about learning more deeply about what relationships are, and that they are transactional. Marriage is a transaction. All right, it's transactional. You have no business getting married unless it's going to lead to you, benefiting financially. Okay, previously only wealthy people got married. Only people who are marrying into marrying into other prestigious families got married because they were pooling assets and they were going to build something even larger. All right, these things were mostly political. Marriages back then were mostly political. This is the reason why divorces in marriages did not exist. All right, because this was not a marriage between the man and the woman. These were marriages between the families. All right, these were marriages between the families. There was no I'm getting a divorce. These were family-based marriages. Okay, so these were all political things. These were all decided. This was decided by a bunch of men sitting in rooms and making deals. That's how this stuff used to happen. All right. So men are realizing that marriage is not something that they should be messing around with. Relationships are not. It's not something you should be messing around with. Men are out here getting their money. They're learning how to reduce their tax liability. If they try to do the whole bachelor tax thing, it won't work because men will basically just earn less money, or more so they'll learn how to earn money in a way that will allow them to keep their money without having to pay taxes on it. For example, learning how to form an LLC, take their money, earn their money through their LLC, and then offset their liabilities, using the tax code the way they're supposed to, the way that the wealthy do, so that they can reduce their tax liability. They're investing in assets and things that will allow them to keep their money so that they don't have to end up spending lots of money in taxes. They're learning how to create more passive income. This is another big thing. This is the power of the manosphere. Men are learning how to create passive income so that they don't have to work around the clock. They work up front and then that's it. For example, guys, when I go to sleep, I make my YouTube channel. When I am sleeping, my videos are making money for me. Like, I want y'all to think about that carefully. When I am sleeping, my videos are making money for me. I have my courses business. Those, that'll be available for you guys soon. But I ran my course business for years. When I am sleeping, my courses business was making money for me. When you have real estate, for example, you invest in real estate. When you are sleeping and you have people living in those properties, once you have them rented out, all right, you are making money. You are making money from your properties while you are sleeping. That becomes passive income. You do not have to do anything to make that money. All right. A lot of people will go and they'll have a company that manages their properties for them. All right. So you don't even have to manage those properties yourself. You can get yourself a property manager to manage your property for you. They get a cut from that, and basically they understand how to manage a property, how to deal with tenants, all that stuff. And sometimes it might only cost like a couple $100s a month. And even you might say $500 a month, forget about that. I'll go and take care of. I'll do it myself, and you can do it yourself. But if you're dealing with a good property management company, you don't have to worry about any of this crap. All right. When these people don't want to pay your rent, the property management company will go and put these people out. They'll get them out because they have lawyers. They understand the system and everything. When something breaks, the property managed company will handle that. They'll just basically let you know what's up, and you'll just go about fixing it like that. So you don't have to constantly deal with these people, and you can keep a distance between the people that you're renting to, and you're basically just getting passive income from that. Even if it's $1,000 a month, that's $12,000 a year. You know, a lot of women will stub their nose to that, but men are not playing games. Men are waking up and realizing, hey, this is it. Men going their own way has won. They won. They have won, because what's happening here is more men are realizing that they would rather live separate lives from they'd rather live separate from relationships and society and just get their money, you know, and more men are learning how to simply be alone. So it's not just men walking away. Men walking away are walking away from the things that are not working for them. Men walking away are men with alternatives. I'm an MWA. I am not an MGTOW, but a lot of men are going MGTOW, and they're saying, hey, you know what? We don't want to be involved with relationships, with dating, with society. And that's what's happening. And even without the acronym, men are still choosing to go that path. And they're shutting themselves off from any possibility of ever being in a relationship ever again, or of ever taking responsibility or accountability for society, because they're like, society is, you know, HATES is us. Society hates us, so we're not going to deal with it. You know, those are the social repercussions. Those are the consequences for what's happened. So what does it look like? It's to be very hard for women in the future. You're going to find a lot of women who are single, childless, and who are single mothers, and they're finding themselves in extraordinary destitute states, because the government can no longer subsidize their living, won't subsidize their living, and there's no one that they can turn to for help. So a lot of women are going to find themselves, you know, homeless in shelters, you know, living in FEMA camps, because, you know, there's not enough room in shelter. So I've talked about FEMA camp for years. They're gonna say FEMA what? FEMA who? FEMA. Is that a new song and new dance? You know, guys, when you start talking about, you know, women's empowerment, because they're not going to use the F word. All right, you're gonna say the F word. They're gonna say, did you mean FEMA? I don't want to go there. That's a terrible place. Yeah, because that's the real future right there. FEMA camps, you're gonna have large amounts of people in FEMA camps, and I've already said it, that Tyrone is you know, Tyrone is the king of Tent City, and he's gonna rule with a He's gonna rule. He's gonna rule, and he's not gonna play around. By the way, guys, if you're enjoying the content, consider checking out and subscribing to our newsletter for my personal thoughts and free copy of my ebook, The Blueprint for Escaping the Rat Race. Click the link in the description to get your free copy. What do you guys think regarding all of this? Men going their own way. Men going their own way have won. Let me know your thoughts, and we'll talk about it in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA, men walking away. And cheers.